Hello, welcome to PowerDrift. And are you here because of the same reason that I'm here?
Yeah, of course, it's beer and pizza night tonight, right? I'm just kidding, that's on Mondays. We are here because launch alert.
Because Shumi and Varun, they were supposed to be here. They should have been here instead of us.
But they are out exploring old coastal routes all the way down till Goa, riding Royal Enfields, devouring golden fried prawns, and watching the sunset over the pristine beaches. However, that's a different story coming soon on PowerDrift. Today, we are here.
Yes, exactly. And not in Goa.
Because we need to talk about something that actually enabled Varun and Shumi to undertake this amazing journey. It is called the Actigrip R6, an enduro off-road tire developed specifically for Royal Enfield motorcycles.
Yes, that's because Royal Enfields, they really started going off-road after year 2015. That's when Himalayan made people in the city embrace the solitude of the mountains that it is named after.
But now you can own any Royal Enfield that isn't a Himalayan. You no longer have to tiptoe off the beaten path thanks to the Apollo Actigrip R6.
Okay, so can we all agree that adventure touring as a concept has really picked up really fast in India? And almost all my friends, just like yourself, they have started to make a beeline for trails and faraway locations, jumping the gun every weekend. These are the same guys who use their motorcycles for commuting on weekdays and of course to ride off the beaten path on weekends.
And the Actigrip is meant for exactly these kind of motorcyclists. But wait, why aren't you joining your friends on these epic rides?
Yeah, nice try, thank you very much. That's just because I don't have a motorcycle as of now anymore. But that's only until I get a motorcycle, and when I do get one, I can promise you it won't be a Ducati Scrambler.
Ah, that's sad.
Okay, I think we are getting sidetracked out here and I'm losing interest, so we should get back to the topic.
As usual.
Alright, so back to the point. Apollo wants us to know that these tires come with a V-shaped tread block designed to increase grip and provide better traction in off-road conditions, which is pretty much the situations that you encounter on a daily basis on his way to work.
But you know what the best part about the Actigrip R6 is? It does what you never do.
Hanging out with the ladies? Filing your IT returns?
No.
Self-improve.
Close, but no. It is self-cleaning. That's right. These tires have longitudinal grooves on the shoulder and on the center that lets all the mud and grime slide easily away, which means that these tires can clean themselves.
Speaking of personal hygiene, I shall talk about the hygiene of my dog. Where just like the Apollo Actigrip R6 is, the dog does not like to retain water. And on that note, I shall then begin, of course, explaining what hydrocleaning is to my dog.
It was the last night of 2017. Oddly enough, it was raining. But that wasn't the biggest surprise of the night. We were out on a drive in her father's old car. I'd just filed my tax returns and...
Hang on, nobody cares. What he means is when you hit a puddle of standing water in your car or bike at speed, the water creates a thin film between the tire and the road surface, essentially leading to a no traction scenario that usually ends up badly. Hydroplaning.
Thanks for ruining my story. Anyways, what I was trying to say was, I wish I had Actigrip R6s on that night because their center and side blocks have independent channels for excellent water evacuation, so your Royal Enfield is less likely to hydroplane in December rain.
Yeah, and I would like to believe that since these Actigrip R6s come from the house of Apollo, they should be having that magic potion, that secret mix of polymer blend that increases mileage, while of course also making the tires resistant to cuts and punctures. I mean, tire technology 101.
That's right, the Actigrip R6 tires then are soul food for explorers on two wheels like Shumi and Varun obviously, who have just embarked on an epic adventure where they explore long lost coastal routes that lead to the tropical paradise of Goa.
Okay, all of this on two Royal Enfield shot with Apollo Actigrip R6 tires. And this very adventure that we are discussing here instead of Shumi and Varun, well, it's coming up on PowerDrift very soon where Shumi and Varun are going to be featuring in it. Stay tuned because it's going to be one crazy ride.
you're someone who spends their weekends living out of their saddlebags, waking up to the sounds of waves crashing into the beach, or waking up to the sun setting over the mystic Himalayas, the Apollo Actigrip R6 promises to give you a complete peace of mind on your travels.
Okay, so now let's do a quick recap and let's make it technical. The V-shaped tread blocks, they help improve road holding in both on-road and off-road conditions, which is nice. While the independent channels on the tread, they themselves resist hydroplaning with all their might. One more thing that Apollo said to me over a phone is that their tire's durable structure, their reinforced carcass and the big block treads keep and give you the perfect on-road stability. Even when the bike is fully loaded with luggage, that's how Shumi rolls, or even when the bike is loaded with girlfriend, that's how Shumi rolls.
But I don't have a girlfriend.
Sure, whatever you say. Okay, so apart from, of course, the Himalayan, these tires are also available for classic Bullet and the Thunderbird models. And one more thing, yes, what Shumi called in to say is that these tires actually make the rider and the bike, the whole package, look totally badass. Shumi never called, by the way. But you should check it out. They totally do look badass. Check out the video.
So that was all for this edition of Launch Alert. So this one was about taking your Royal Enfield from the boulevard to the trails. Who knows what the next one will be about? So stay tuned.
Yeah, and can I say it before we go? Hey Apollo, I hope you're listening. How about next time we too get to be on the motorcycle instead of Varun and Shumi all the time?
Yes, I would totally love some Apollo tires for my SUVs to explore the unknown.
And I would like some of their performance tires to see, just to see what they're all about. Anyways, do not forget to check out the main film where, again, Shumi and Varun are doing the riding, but they're actually putting these tires to test over all kinds of terrains, and I'm very excited. You're excited.
I guess golden fried prawns are hard to pass. And also, did you know that Goan fish curry, man? So they put that little bit of tamarind and then the curry patta, and then I'm talking about Andhra fish curry right now.
Okay, with that, we have come to the end, so it's time to say goodbye. Beers and pizza?
Alright, our daring duo had a blast taking the coastal route to Goa, a ride that will forever be etched on their minds. I'm sure you all have some very memorable travel stories as well, so just let us in on those stories by posting them on your personal profiles with the hashtag AdventureBond. And make sure you tag Apollo and PowerDrift on those stories as well, varna how else will we know? And the 5 best posts stand a chance to win a brand new set of Apollo Actigrip R6 tires.
So yeah, I need a new rear tire as well, so I gotta go.
Good luck!